So, the question is, what do we do? What is the role of the Building Bridges project? As you can see, we work with education and integration of the migrant anglers in the UK. But some of you could say, education? It's just fishing, it's simple. Take a rod, line, few maggots, cast and catch the fish. So what about education? It's simple, it's just fishing. Well, in my mind, fishing is all about the education, because imagine even yourself coming to the new place, lake or a river. You must educate yourself about the rules. It will be great if you know what the best pecks on the lakes are, or what the best bait is. It's all part of education. I remember myself coming into the UK in 2010, and I really struggled in the beginning because I wasn't sure how to start, what are the rules, where to buy my road license. All of that because of my English wasn't best. And this is why the Building Bridges project comes on board. We want to educate anglers about how to start fishing here in the UK with respect to the rules. So, how do we do it? Our project runs a few educational programs. One of them is the multilingual signs for your fishery or angling club. As you can see, we have two types of signage. The first one says about the close season on the rivers, which says a very basic information that you shouldn't fish on the rivers between March and June. A second sign says about that every angler should be in possession of the float fishing license, day ticket or a membership to fish this stretch of the river, canal or a lake. All of this information is translated into migrant languages. Not everyone could speak perfect English when came into the UK. And I must admit that British rules, permits and the whole system are one of the most complicated in Europe. And secondly, imagine a situation when some people are coming to fish your lake, and I'm not saying only about the migrants, but British too, and they catch and take the fish from the lake. You call 999 because it's a theft, and if you're lucky enough, police would come down, of course, if they would be able to deal with it at the moment. And there is a big chance that the case will land in a court. In our experience, one of the very first questions the judge going to ask would be, how did you inform these people should not take the fish? Because they say they didn't know. And of course, some people would use it as an excuse. But even that, having our signage on our fishery is so important. Apart from informing people about your rules, you are supporting a possible court case as well. So can you afford not to having these signs? I don't think so. And these signs are free of charge. Only thing what you have to do is send us an email, which you can find at the end of this presentation, with request of getting our signage. Let's move forward. Apart from organizing the signage for your fishery or a club, we would be able to do something else, which could be even more important. We would be able to translate your fishery or club rules into migrant languages. And again, why is it important to translate your rules? Well, exactly the same story like with the signage. These are the great tools to protect your fishery. So how to get your rules translated? Only thing what you need to do is send us a copy of your rules in English by an email. And within 2 weeks, we will send back your translated rules. And again, everything what we do is free of charge. So you are not paying anything for translating the rules and delivery of our signage. Another part of our education program is visiting the migrant Saturday schools across the country. We work in 2 steps. Step number 1 is to organize a short presentation for the kids at school about fishing. We invite the Environment Agency officer on that day, and his job is to explain to the kids a very basic rules of fishing in the UK. Our job is to show to the kids how great fishing is. We want to show them how important it is to start fishing with respect to the rules from the very early age. Step number two is all about organizing the coaching sessions for the kids from the school. We speak with the local angling clubs near the school as well to invite their juniors, and we ask them to support us on the day by providing the venue. We invite coaches from the Angling Trust and the club as well. It is a great occasion to see so many people from different nationalities involved in teaching these kids how to fish. And I think it is a very good example of building bridges between us. Integration is all about building strong relationships between us, between our angling communities. Because of that, we will be able to know each other and know how different our culture is. We simply have a chance to get to know each other. And the integration is the very first step to build bridges between us. And trust me, only as one we would be able to make our fisheries great places to fish. Part of integration is organize and support many fishing competitions in the UK, which our project does. Another example could be a building relation between migrant anglers and the local angling clubs. One of the biggest goals of our project is being part of the bigger picture. We need to understand that people who work for the Building Bridges team are passionate anglers who want to change things for better. Without partnership working, we would never be able to change much. So this is why it is important to build a trust between us and the voluntary bailiff service, police or environment agency. We are taking part in many multi-agency patrols across the country. Enforcement organizations started to realize that our project could be a good source of information and intel. We were even invited to take part in the European Community Seminar organized by the Midlands Police, where forces from around the world were present and had a chance to hear about how important part anglers could play to fight a modern slavery issues. In the end of our presentation, I would like to say thank you anglers. This would never be possible without constant support from you, people who love their passion, which is fishing. And it clearly shows that fishing is not only about catching a fish, it is much more. It is all about making new friends. It is all about getting to know each other. It is about constant education, as angling is constantly changing. And probably even more importantly, it is all about securing the future of our sport by inviting the youngsters into angling. In all this, there is a place for a small project called Building Bridges, for people who understand very clearly that serving the community is number one task. We will do everything we could to support you all, anglers, fisheries, angling clubs and tackle shops. So please stay in touch with us, as without you, we would never be in this place today. Thank you.